I like the Caleb Plant fight. I think that's a brilliant fight. You know, two guys that are going to really spice it up at a press conference. Two great fighters, two great 168 pounders.
Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant. Fuck Plant.
Promise you.
No, besides promise, I'm saying
I'm gonna knock you out, bro. I'm gonna knock you out. Take your glasses off. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. I'm gonna knock you out.
Always important. I want to shut his mouth. You know, he already got knocked out twice. You know, he got beat up by Benavidez and he got knocked out by Canelo. So it's time to me to retire him.
The bad blood between super middleweight contenders Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga has turned into one of the most talked about feuds in boxing today. Both men have strong personalities, fan appeal, and a fierce determination to dominate the division. Yet beyond the usual call-outs and highlight reel knockouts, a deeper tension has been brewing. One that involves heated words, startling press conference moments, and even legal threats. How did things get so personal between these two fighters? And why is everyone so certain their eventual showdown will be nothing short of explosive? Buckle up, because we're about to pull back the curtain on a rivalry that's spilled from the ring into social media, press events, and even domain name disputes. You'll soon see why fans can't stop talking about Plant versus Berlanga, and why the feud only seems to get more intense with every passing day. Most boxing rivalries start small, with a stray comment here or an offhand remark there. In the case of Plant and Berlanga, it all began with their meteoric rises in the sport. Caleb Plant garnered praise for his smooth boxing style, crisp combinations, and undeniable ring IQ. He displayed remarkable composure under pressure, earning the respect of trainers and pundits everywhere. On the other side stood Edgar Berlanga, renowned for his punching power. Early in his career, fans labeled him the monster puncher who could end fights in a blink. Things escalated when social media got involved. Berlanga, never shy about making his views known, started hinting that Caleb Plant wasn't as tough as he appeared. He suggested that Plant had chosen easier paths, whereas Berlanga himself was willing to face anyone, anytime, anywhere. In response, Plant brushed off the jabs in a series of interviews, saying he preferred to prove himself in the ring rather than talk online. So, this back and forth energized the boxing community, as fans on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube drew lines in the sand. Team Berlanga versus Team Plant. Some admired Berlanga's raw punching power and found his bold statements entertaining. Others respected Plant's calm demeanor, world-level experience, and the fact that he'd already tested himself against top-tier fighters. Where Plant had proved himself on big stages, facing the likes of Canelo Alvarez, Berlanga still had questions to answer. Social media trash talk is one thing, heated press conferences are another. The real turning point came when Plant and Berlanga found themselves in the same venue. Berlanga, fuming over Plant's previous remarks and perceived slights, confronted him directly. Their words crackled with animosity. Each man promised to knock the other out. Onlookers described the atmosphere as tense enough to snap. At one particularly memorable event, Berlanga seemed eager to prove his bravado on the spot. In a flurry of curses, careful to censor them for the cameras, he declared he'd stop Plant in brutal fashion. Plant, far from intimidated, shot back that Berlanga would regret his words once they met in the ring. The exchange got so heated that even Canelo Alvarez, who was also in attendance, intervened. He advised Plant to keep calm, hinting that if Plant didn't get to face Berlanga, Canelo himself would handle Berlanga. Just when the feud seemed like it couldn't get more personal, a new plot twist emerged. Domain name drama. Plant acquired, or at least capitalized on, a domain strongly associated with Berlanga's name, fueling speculation that he wanted to troll or humiliate his rival. Berlanga, furious about this maneuver, vowed legal action. While domain disputes are hardly new in entertainment or sports, it's rare to see them escalate so publicly. Berlanga alleged that Plant was making money off a URL intended for him. He insisted that his own logo was trademarked and threatened to sue. Whether this was an attempt to get into Plant's head or a genuine business conflict, it added a fresh layer of hostility. No boxing rivalry is complete without a debate over sparring sessions. Berlanga insisted he and Plant had shared the ring when Berlanga was only 18 or 19. According to Berlanga, Plant spent most of the early rounds running, refusing to engage. Berlanga claimed he landed a huge body shot in the 6th round that rattled Plant. He then asserted Plant jumped out of the ring to avoid further punishment. Plant laughed off that version, saying Berlanga had barely touched him. He recalled those same 6 rounds quite differently. In Plant's view, Berlanga was shadowboxing, unable to land a significant blow. When the session ended, Plant's team thanked Berlanga for the work, seeing it as a routine spar, nothing more. When personal pride and professional ambition collide, sparks inevitably fly. Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga have given the boxing world a glimpse of what happens when two driven fighters genuinely dislike each other. Insults, threats, domain name battles, none of it is ordinary. And yet, for better or worse, it set the stage for what could be a high-stakes, high-drama showdown.